Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to replace the display and the top plate of the scooter. You're going to see it's pretty straightforward. Alright, so the first step is to remove the quad lock. So I'm going to take a Phillips screwdriver and remove the screw in the middle. This is not just a regular screw, it's made of nylon to not interfere with the NFC we have under. So make sure to reuse the same screw when you put it back on. So I'll remove this part. I'll then grab a small Allen key to pop this plate out here. Like this. You need to be careful because you have the NFC in it. And then I'll take a 2mm Allen key and I'll remove all the screws we have here. There's 4 of them. You can. Okay, I'll be careful because these screws are pretty small. And you'll need to disconnect the quad lock from under here. Up, there you go. And then you just need to push the wires outside of the bracket here. Like this. You're gonna see all the wires exposed. Usually there's a shrink wrap over every connector, so you need to cut them, but for the purpose of this video, we already did it. And here I have my new display. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect them one by one and reconnect it in the new display. So here I'm gonna take, the first step is really to disconnect the COM cable to remove all current going to the PCB. So here I'm going to take the COM cable in the stem and I'm going to remove the screw here and I'm just going to go disconnect the COM cable like this. It's possible you don't need to do it. Sometimes it's long enough to reach inside, but for us we need to do it this time. Like this. My COM cable is unplugged, as you can see here. So then I can go and do it one connector at a time. So I'll do it from left to right. So the first connector here, I'll connect it with the first I have here. So it's pretty simple. You follow this, disconnect it, and connect the one on the new display. Like this. Make sure that the pins are aligned. There's little sliders to help you. First one is done. I'll do the second one here, and I'll use this occasion to untangle all of them. So here, I'll go connect it to the second one here. Perfect. Then I go to the third one, which is this one. I'll go connect it to the third one here. I do the same thing with the fourth one. This is a colored one. This is the buttons of the throttle. I'll connect it to the fourth one here, like this. Then I do the same thing with the fifth one, which is this one. The fifth one is the control of the throttle. I'll do the same thing with the fifth one on the new display. Like this. And then the sixth one, which is another colored one, which is the button of this other throttle. Just gonna go and connect it like this. And we have the small connector here, the 2-pin. I'm gonna go and connect it. And lastly, this one, the white connector. I'll go do the same thing and connect it here. So with this, all my cables are connected. I just need to connect the COM cable and the NFC that's gonna go into the colored one here. Now that all my cables are disconnected, I can just pull it out. So this is the old display. Then you need to put the shrink wrap over all your connectors, and you can use a lighter or a heat gun to make them shrink and really protect against the water. So now I'm gonna go shove all my wires under this bracket that we have here to give space to the headset to go over. And I'll make sure that my COM cable is past there as well. See, this is my COM cable that's gonna go in the stem. You need to be extra careful with this yellow thing here. This is the battery for the Apple Find My in case the scooter die. And I'll not install the display right away because I need to connect the quad lock. So I'll take my plate, connectors going at the back to fit in this hole. I pass the wire like this and go plug this. Like this, pass all my wires. This is good. And I'll pull on my COM cable. And you see, the headset should fit perfectly over it. I'll go here and connect my COM cable. This is pretty straightforward. There's only one way to connect it. This is our latest COM cable, like this. And I'll shove everything back into the headset, like this, and then down the stem. Boom, voila. Make sure that no wires are pinching on the side. And don't push the quad lock in just yet because we need to reinstall our little screws. So I'm gonna take my 2mm. I'm gonna go press on the headset and put back all the little screws. Want to make sure it's tight. And I would recommend putting them all in before tightening them completely. So then I put back the quad lock. Again, you want the wires to align with the hole here to not put any pressure on this. I'll put back the quad lock. Fits neatly. And lastly, I'm gonna take the quad lock mount, put it at the top. You want to be sure that it locks in with the little teeth. So you see this one now, it's aligned, the quad lock, it looks nice. I can feel it's biting inside. And I'm gonna go tighten the Phillips screw in the middle. Don't go too hard on this one. Again, it's a nylon screw and there's really no need to put too much pressure. Just make sure it's nicely in there, but don't over tighten it, like this. So now it's firmly in place. I'm gonna power it back on, which you should do before mounting everything. And you can see the display is now mounted and it's working well. So there you have it. This is how you replace the top plate on an Apollo Phantom 2.0. Again, this is in the case that you have problem maybe with the NFC or there's a problem with the display, you have error code. Instead of replacing the whole handlebar, which all the components are working perfectly, you can replace this little part, and you saw it takes literally 5 minutes and it's all plug and play connectors. So there you go, and let us know down in the comment below if you have any questions. Thank you.